Tension is running high in Myanmar as waves of deadly violence against Muslim minorities spread across the country. More than 40 people have died in the unrest of recent weeks. Analysts say the strife is threatening to undermine the huge strides the country has made towards democracy. The virtual silence of opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi, along with her warming ties with the military, has not gone unnoticed. Joanna McCarthy reports.
43 people dead, 12,000 driven from their homes. The United Nations says Muslim homes were targeted for attack with brutal efficiency.
A local curfew fails to prevent another night of violence in Mektila. Mobs took to the streets, targeting mainly Muslim buildings.
I'm really sad about what's happened here because this isn't just happening to one person, it's affecting us all. As a Buddhist, I don't want anybody to get hurt.
I went to Mektila. I visited the refugee camps there. Various rumours were spreading. Rumours breeding hatred were spreading. I'm very much worried.
On Monday, this fire in an Islamic school in Yangon claimed the lives of 13 boys. Police say it was due to an electrical fault, but the incident has heightened religious tensions, with rumours the fire was deliberately lit.
Many children died due to a lack of oxygen. As the children could not manage to go downstairs when it was on fire, they had to stay upstairs and suffered severe oxygen deficit.
It follows sectarian violence in Rakhine State last year, which left nearly 200 people dead.
The larger problem is that these events are not being thoroughly investigated. They are not getting to the bottom of this situation. And part of the result of that is that there seems to be impunity to abuse Muslims.
And as the violence raged in Mektila, Myanmar's army was putting on its annual display of military might. But this year, there was one notable presence. The woman who spent more than 15 years in detention has now made her peace with the generals. A pragmatic move as she manoeuvres towards the presidential race in 2015. Aung San Suu Kyi can't stand for president unless there's constitutional change. And with the military holding a quarter of the seats in parliament and a veto power, her fate, once again, is in their hands.
So it's a juggling act, it's a very tricky situation. She recognises that the military still calls the shots. She wants to work with them as far as she can to get the reforms that she wants to see implemented.
But those compromises have disappointed some of her supporters. She met with angry protests from locals over her endorsement of a copper mine in the country's northwest. And there are those who wanted to speak out more loudly about the religious and ethnic conflicts racking the nation. As a democracy icon, Aung San Suu Kyi enjoyed an almost saintly image. As a politician, she finds herself on shakier ground.
She is ethnically Burmese. Her electorate is one of ethnically Burmese people. There's actually little in it politically, domestically for her to be an advocate for groups such as those, the Muslim people who've been affected in central Myanmar and in Rakhine State as well. But beyond that, I think she recognises that she needs to play a prominent role as a national iconic figure if the country is going to see through this period.
This is something we will definitely like to see for Aung San Suu Kyi to take the stand and speak out, because we are seeing a situation where the vulnerable communities are not protected by the state.